Hey, future people, you're highly welcome on today's program. Um, Guys, you see, I know people always ask why Mazi Simon is behaving how he's behaving. But I think some of the things Mazi Simon is saying makes sense these days. You see, a few days after Mazi Simon says it to the our Igbo elders, said it to all the Igbos in the eastern side of Nigeria, the Biafra land, he told them openly that if they don't go and see how to bring out Nnamdi Kanu before December, that not next year or tell them that they wanted to go, but before December, if they don't go there openly, that is going to bring hell on all the Igbo leaders. Not longer anything again. So it's going to bring hell on them. What happened? They went to Buhari. After the whole Kukambu story with Buhari, Buhari says that he was going to consider to release Nnamdi Kanu. But the question begins to rise by many people, we want this thing to be tried out in court. The people of IPOP is not actually asking the release of Nnamdi Kanu just like that. They want Buhari to bring this thing to court before anything so that they will charge the whole thing, because the eastern side of the country called Nigeria wanted to go. People want Biafra. A lot of youth want Biafra. So bringing Nnamdi Kanu will not stop this. And bringing Nnamdi Kanu means that Kenya is already on trouble, because Nnamdi Kanu will need to go back to Kenya. Kenya need to tell Nnamdi Kanu why they send him to Nigeria. You see, Kenya have joined into something they cannot finish. Now Buhari said, I am strongly considering what you guys say to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. But people say, what have Nnamdi Kanu done? Why would they hold Nnamdi Kanu? This is something that you believe have to ask. Why did they hold Nnamdi Kanu when he has done nothing? Nnamdi Kanu, the lawyers were in court last time. They threw them away. They couldn't let them go in.
And it's well past 9 a.m. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is scheduled to be called up at 9. It's well past 9 a.m. My name is Aloy Chimako. I'm the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And what I'm here to tell members of the media is that I'm not going into this courtroom today alone. I am going in with this multitude of lawyers who have come to show solidarity. So I too am standing outside here in protest. They want to grab me and put me inside the courtroom alone. The lead counsel hasn't come. He's on his way. But these lawyers here, they are lawyers as well. They have come to show solidarity and support for rule of law. But they are being prevented from going into the court.
I know the lawyer in America came and said, he had been there 2 times, that they never let him in. What wrong have this guy done? Even criminal have right to defend himself.
To access the court. You can see the embarrassment going on. Media people are not allowed to access the court. Lawyers are not allowed to access the court. Nigerians are not allowed to access the court in a so-called democracy. Even under the military, we were accessing the court. And you can see the level of impunity in the country. It's unthinkable, it's unbelievable that in a democracy, Nigerians can no longer access the court. And the whole trial of Nnamdi Kanu is a charade. There's nothing to it. There's really nothing to it. It's sad, it's a parody, because even if we're not practicing democracy, let us pretend that we are.
The main game, let it be on record that Nigerian lawyers are being stopped from having access to the court. Let it be on record. Let it be on record that lawyers were stopped from going inside the courtroom by the DSS. For what purpose? I haven't done anything in my life other than legal practice. Let it be on record. Nnamdi Kanu matter can be going on while other cases are going on. He's a mere human being, like everyone. He's a mere human being. His matter can be going on. This thing has been going on for years.
The question is, how do lawyers become a threat to the court?
I don't know.
That is the question.
If you want to check us, it's search all of us.
We're asking, can there be fair trial under this toxic atmosphere? I say no. With all due respect, there will be no fair trial. We are here to see and to hear. Like I said the last time, justice must not only be done, but must be seen to have been done. You don't tell us somebody did this, then you don't want us to see what it is. Premises. I think that is wrong. It's some sort of interference with the right of the accused to counsel. He needs the solidarity. His case is a very sensitive, high-profile case, and people should not be seen to be interfering with the multitude of lawyers that have come here to show solidarity with him and his frontline attorneys.
Nigeria have all the lawyers, available to them, but just 4 lawyers, Ejiofor and the other one. All the 4 lawyers is something that will challenge the whole Nigerian lawyers. Nigerian lawyers could not stand this for, because there's nothing to hold Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu have not committed any crime in Nigeria. If you are talking about Radio Biafra that Nigerian government is saying, Radio Biafra is not registered in Nigeria. It's not Nigerian business. The Radio Biafra is registered in UK. That's UK's work. Nigeria cannot do UK's job. So this is just too complicated. And bringing Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria is also complicated, because Nnamdi Kanu did not commit crime in Kenya. They just fly him over, maltreat him, beat him. So Nnamdi Kanu is not just released. Even releasing Nnamdi Kanu goes with a lot of compensation. Calling about release, what I expect the Igbo leaders to do, although Simon Ekpa have bombed them up, they went there. And what I expect them to do is, Buhari, this guy you have held him there, we need him to be tried fairly. Oh, let him try fairly and go for vote. This plebiscite, our people want to leave. Whatever the elders go there and tell Buhari, apart from telling them that the people of the East wants to leave, there's nothing else left. The Eastern people want to leave, and Buhari have to, initiate those things. For plebiscite, for him to have a good legacy, you have to be able to initiate that, to let people know that, well, people of Biafra want to leave. So that's simple. We have to do it that way. We all know a common Igbo person want Biafra. The only people that don't want Biafra, maybe those that are selfish, those that want to sell the future of their kids. We all know that a common people from the eastern side of Nigeria want Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu being there does not actually help matters, because this Biafra story, like we said, have been lingering around since 1967 up to today, more than 50-something years. So releasing Nnamdi Kanu does not make difference, because already there is hundreds of Nnamdi Kanus out there. Remember, when you're holding Nnamdi Kanu, they have unknown soldiers, they have Biafra National Guard, they have other ones coming up, and they still have other deadly ones coming up. Mazi Simon Ekpa, you're watching today, he also has that intention to continue, even though you take Nnamdi Kanu out today. And also the DOS, a lot of them there that are actually waiting. If anything happened, they will just bust in. So releasing Nnamdi Kanu is actually kind of checkmating this struggle. Like, Nnamdi Kanu is actually a very peaceful guy. A lot of guys behind him wanted this thing to start today. Nnamdi Kanu is holding them, and it's somebody they respect so much. I think if the Nigerian government should take the line of releasing Nnamdi Kanu and let them go on dialogue and sit down and dialogue this, then I think that's a good idea. But the mistake have been made. Why do you go and arrest him in Kenya? So Nnamdi Kanu will not just say, because you release me, I will leave Kenya. Because his life is at threat. His sickness have come to be worse after they shot him during Nigeria's government invasion in his house. So a lot of things happen here that his life being at threat. He has passed through a lot. A lot of people have died because of him. So this is not something that you just say, okay, it's enough, let's forget about it. No, this will go a long way. And releasing Nnamdi Kanu, I think it will be very, very hard to make a good statement on this, And
let me say that Nigeria has wittingly or unwittingly dragged the Biafran issue from the periphery into the mainstream discussion. Nnamdi Kanu, in my view, threw a bet and Nigeria took it. Today, he is the most popular political prisoner and will end up either as a hero or a martyr. But to his credit, he has forced Nigeria and the world to discuss Biafra. I believe that keeping him there does not do Nigeria any good. I believe this young man should be released, and released like yesterday. I will not be surprised if he becomes a subject of the next political campaigns. Just like we dealt with Awolowo, who was convicted and imprisoned of treason, or Gowon, charged with treason, or even Ojukwu himself, was forgiven, and so on and so forth. I don't want to make any predictions, but I believe we need to solve this. Because according to Ofodile, this book, quote, he said, the lesson to be learned, if anyone cares to listen, is that the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, no matter for how long, will not stop the agitation of Biafra, end of quote.
So I leave you to this because the people of the East don't want to continue with this Nigeria. Nigeria have faced so many people. You know, I can ask people, say, what have you benefited as a Nigerian? They will tell you that I have not benefited anything. Nigeria is full of corruption. Nigeria have not given us a fair go. Nigeria does not have enabling environment whereby people with handwork flourish, whereby people that did not go to school flourish, people that did not finish university, maybe they did diploma, flourish, like we have here in Australia. People have to go extreme end before to survive. Nigeria did not have welfare for old people, for disabled people. These are something that the country, economy-wise, they are okay. They have the, natural resources to fund all this, but they fail the people because the Northerners does not understand what it is to be a leader. Although they have been in that leadership for a long time, they fail to do that. And also, the Northerners does not have this creativity in order to flourish in business-wise. And the people that have that is Igbos. They refuse to acknowledge that. So Nnamdi Kanu will always go for Biafra because things that he's clamoring for have not actually been treated. There's no good road in the eastern side. There's no good schools. There's no good hospital. There's no, well-known company in the eastern side. There's no federal presence in the eastern side. Then why are you calling that area Nigeria? When I say the western side of Nigeria have federal presence. The northern side have, like you have good Lagos, you have Abuja. Then what's about 5 states in Nigeria? That side, there's nothing. Where you make your money, people that produce the money, there's nothing there to show. The whole place is degraded. We are asking of individual. These people cannot hold individual. But if the government is in their hand, they can take their destiny by your hand. So if releasing Nnamdi Kanu, like the elders went there and say, oh, we are releasing Nnamdi Kanu, but they say, I will strictly consider to release Nnamdi Kanu. That's not only the thing. You must treat what is the problem. The root of the problem must be treated. If you don't treat the root of the problem, this will continue. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu does not make difference because when Nnamdi Kanu comes out, people will ask him to continue what he's doing because that's what they know him for. So releasing him, you have to tell people why you release him. You are releasing him to go for plebiscite, or you're releasing him that infrastructure will start, being done immediately in the eastern side, then so that he will calm down and so that they will integrate. To release Nnamdi Kanu comes with a lot of things. So you can't just, when you release him, so okay, let's dialogue. You release him, you are dialoguing on two things, like he said. Either you make the place, more, livable, or you give them Biafra. I'll leave this to you, but, the DOS have been very quiet, but my assignment call for Nnamdi Kanu release have bring a lot of to us. Future people, wherever you're watching me from Nigeria, from outside the world, wherever you're watching, please, if it's your first time of watching this program, remember to hit subscribe so that you'll be able to see our program anytime we come online.